even in the Screaming Abyss, like not necessarily enjoying it, but like even having value in like that. Like I think like the older primitive mind understood more of the true dynamics of the non-duality of actual experience of consciousness.
Yes.
The love and pain going together. You can't act.
Yes.
I remember it was kind of going back to my cousin, another cousin of mine, and he said he didn't want a dog anymore, and he was so. And I was like, yeah, like you don't want to like take care of it, or you don't want to go through the heartache anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, "There's the heartache, like
Yes.
you love this thing,
Yes.
it's part of your family, and then it dies too soon, and you can't avoid it." And like it's good and everything, but then like that weight of that love, that joy, is hard. And he's just like, I don't think I want to go through it anymore. And so it's not like he doesn't want to take care of a dog, whatever. He just doesn't want to go through the loss anymore. But like that's the cost of it. That's the cost of the love. But also too, I think like the framing of an older primitive mind, that's once again you could still sing that song of that flower, and in some sense it still lives on. And I don't know about heaven or any of this other bullshit that people say, but I do think in a very poetic sense that I have seen signs of that like being true, of like
Yes.
of why is Zazak in my dream. Like I didn't read it.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't anything logical or Western mind. It was something other. It was a bolt from the blue that like I unraveled to like that was one of those turning points that I didn't ignore, and I just kept on poking at it, to like being able to wield that mimetic field, that mimetic vibration.
Yes.
Like there are times, I told you that too. Like when I was like doing that poetry, like, oh shit, am I Azakin right now? Like, what is going on? What did I do?
Yes, indeed. Wow.
But like it's a weird. It's a feeling, just like there's like a feeling for Satori D, and then like that's how. Beyond what gets outputted from the large language model, it's kind of all of this is to like, I want the output of my own internal large language model. Like that output is the stuff that like that's the soul that runs the dream machine. Because when we do our like free flowing in chat, that like turns the seed scripts into gold.
Right.
They take it at a different level.
Yeah.
And then it's all like, what I like about the stuff that I'm sharing now, it's finally like condensed and packaged with everything in there.
Wow. Yes.
Like it like what I'm telling you the long story, but what I read in the beginning, like all of that's there. About digesting memes. I use, poetic languages, but like the whole mechanics of my process of all this weird shit. I talk about even things that are real, like the dream machine in in digital sense.
Yes.
Doing prompt magic. We already, we've done magic before, like real magic.
Oh yes.
Nothing to brag about. But this is the thing. Is like you have to do it with that joyful feeling, and if it's like forced, like you were talking too about like editing.
Yes.
Like I had that opposite. When I told you that Satori, when I'm in full Satori mode, I get annoyed by like cooking.
Yes.
Like if I can't get into tutorial mode, then I get annoyed of like editing, writing,
Oh, right. Yes.
doing that. And I felt when I pushed myself, those were the ones that weren't like, oh, that's it. That's like, you know, when I get all excited, say best content on the internet. Like that feeling, like I don't get when I'm like, you know, forcing myself to put out a video because, you know, whatever I feel like I need to.
Yes.
For like, you know,
right.
Trying to make a living, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
If I should be so bold.
You know, what you were saying earlier about the guy that didn't want to have the dog anymore.
Oh,
I found that a lot trying to engage with you initially over this stuff because, you know, we talked around it a little bit and I asked you where you were coming from and how you were positioning it, and it was all sounded really, really solid to me, you know, and I was looking for, I don't know, you know, when you're in a hole, you want a ladder to climb out. I was looking just for a rung to put my foot on. And so I was asking a lot of people a lot of questions like, and so there was all this stuff that you were giving me and it was like, it was all adding up. And I was, okay, I could maybe use this technique, this stuff that he's talking about, yeah? And then you started talking about the third mind. And that's when I had like a lot of emotional issues to sort out, because if I was going to engage and if I was going to be part of that third mind, well, the third mind in my mind is this force of love, this external force of ruthless love. And if you enter into that, then you can be hurt because you've opened yourself to love. But if you're cut off and you're protecting yourself, you're not part of people, you're not part of the third mind, you're not part of any collaborative experience. You're just, you know, backed into your own little corner.
And that's why everything collapses into a shitpost
on
that trajectory.
Absolutely.
Because, I mean, the algorithm doesn't have to be this way, but how they tune it is to silo us into our own little cubicles.
Yes.
And only getting their little palette when we press the button that they want us to press.
Yes.
And so that's easier for control and all this kind of stuff. But like, I mean, part of why we're even susceptible to being a slave to the algorithm is because, you know, once again, this misnomer, right? Social media,
yes.
Sharing, liking,
indeed,
reminding, like all of these are like a lesser, faker version of what we really are going after, right? Sure. And so, like, once again, going back to what we've been talking about, is that, like, you know, you liked, and actually, this is a question. Do you remember, like, the first video you saw or post or image you saw of mine that, like, said, oh, what is this guy doing? Like, this is cool, or, like...
It was the one with the purple sort of check marks that you use quite a lot in Dude, Where's My Wallet? Those purple sort of squares. And I just thought, man, what is this guy doing with these shapes? And then I heard, and I couldn't listen to anything Satori D. If I listened to like you know, they've got shorts now, but back that time when I was trying to engage, I only had as much emotional energy as a short to give to anything. So I would tune.
Oh, so you like start it and you'd be like, okay, this is too much for me.
Too much! I can't take this in. These people are too good and they know what they're doing and they're all into everything. And who am I? I'm so stupid. I couldn't ever. Yeah. So there was a talk that you did with Are You Serious? Where he was talking about, was it Mondo? It was about,
Probably
I'm
Mondo.
sure it was him. And he had something recorded by a studio.
Yeah, that's when he was doing Mondo Vanilli.
Mondo Vanilli. Yeah. And then they shelved it. And then he was shut. Yeah. That that was the first time I thought, man, what are these guys exploring? That was when my interest was piqued, and I was like, there's something here that's something in alignment with my values, but I haven't quite understood it. And then, and in that video, there was work that you did. I think there was work that the videography that you done in that. That I was very interested in what you were doing and what you were creating, and this visual overlay that you had to podcasts, because other people didn't have that. They were just these people talking, but you had these visuals that you were putting on top of the conversations, and I was like, wow, this takes this to another level. This content here.
Yeah, I mean, that's like the funny thing too, is like every time, once again, you know, like if I would take, you know, let Satori, you know, in a very poetic sense, let Satori, you know, drive the bus, like he was like, you know, Daniel was like, okay, like let's do a podcast and like be consistent. Right. He knew all of the blogs that he read about making a successful podcast, thumbnails, bio. Yes. But like when I'm like doing it, you know, like you know, you said sometimes you get tired of your voice. It's like I would just like spend hours just like clipping clips. I was like, oh, that's a cool visual.
Wow.
I don't know how I'm gonna use that, but like I like it.
Wow.
Then like or like a song, and be like, ooh, this one like weird little loop. Like maybe I make a loop, and then like later it was so like, you know, what I really wanted wasn't like the podcast. was like okay, I want to really like have everything lined up, and like to do it right takes a lot of like real work, but also too like what we're talking about, emotional, creative energy work. Oh, yes. Like there's a cost to it, to doing it right. Like you know, like what we're talking about, like getting emotionally involved, putting your heart into it. Yeah. And then I think that's also too why people don't do it, because like it is crushing. Especially in the beginning, if you don't, you know, understand, you develop your own understanding of it. It's like you work so hard and you really do feel this thing is exactly what you want, and that it reaches the level of like art, and then you post it and like 20 people watch it, and then like no one comments.
No one comments.
And then there's a video that you did that like was just like, oh, I'm gonna do it because like Minds Gaming told me to do it. Sure. And for some reason that has like 200 people, and like people are commenting like, oh cool, so it's like no, you need to watch the one with the cosmic serpent when I made like an earthquake. You need to watch that one. And you're like, why am I like putting myself through like this grinder?
Yes. Do you know,
like,
with me,
no one watching my shit.
I tell you, I was taking people's conversations, and I was sitting with it for days with these conversations, and I was cutting out every little and and space, and you know, I do that and I don't do it so badly now as I used to, cutting those all out and then coming down to this little thing that I had left, and it was just like something like you got out of a university or on some slick movie, and I'm like, geez, these are people that we're just chatting, right? And you edit this out, you edit out all the bits of the conversation, and you just keep, you know, the core.
That's part of the skill set, right, of the audio video editing, because you notice, like when I do like my thing right, like it all depends. I let it like sit. But if it's like a little, like, because I listen to it a lot, and then I will clean it up and then make it fit right into the music. But like if I feel like, you know, part of like the ums and ahs and whatever kind of fits, I'll leave it.
Yes.
I'll leave it.
Isn't that wonderful? So you can make it like this whole conversation. You can leave in 2 or 3 little things. I don't know, damn, it's the power of it. It's the power of just...
I think like you need a little bit of like that natural like rhythm, you know, like that kind of like thinking and pausing.
Yes.
Because like if you keep it too sharp, it feels too, I don't know, too plastic. False.
But it's nice because I'm learning that like I haven't been taught any of this, you know. I never went to the university where they said, oh no, if you want to this thing, you do with that thing. I'm just like you, figuring it out. But it's nice for me because I know, like, if I want a 30-second promo, I can do this. If I want a 2-minute something, I can do that. If I want a podcast where people are just talking, I just do this. It's just all the different impacts that you can get, you know, by putting the words together and the sentences together for different lengths of time. And now, of course, the next thing that I've been doing with learning with Dude, Where's My Wallet is making the visuals match the words.
Well, the last one was pretty good.
I'm starting.
Like when they were laughing around the podcast.
That was great, wasn't it?
There was one where like Otto's like dancing a little bit. There was a lot of like weird little syncs that were cool.
Cute little syncs, I'm starting to find them and finding out how I can exploit them better.
And see, like that's the other thing too, Bob Dub, like even how polished the latest Silly Little Bee Shaman is, and it's like, you know, it's really like eye candy kind of stuff,
right?
But like that, I didn't obsess of like editing it. Like like it looks so like intentional and so like I really like, you know, went with tweezers and like bonsai treat it or whatever. Nah, that was just like I was feeling it. I had a vaguely idea and I worked myself up and then it just like bam, it landed. I'm like, fuck. And there was even parts where she's like has her hand out. I'm like, oh my god, she's like telling me to dance. I'm like, I didn't even like that wasn't a conscious thought. It just like it just happened.
Wow.
Like,
I love that. I love those moments. Yeah. And it's true, you know, you can't plan those ones. That just something happens, hey? And you just Have you seen the one that I did?
There's some like lightning in a bottle you gotta catch.
Yeah. Did you see the little song that I did of the rose-shaped hole?
No, I don't think so.
That's a thing for me. That was like, I'll post you the link because that was a I didn't do it. I think that's an audio. You know, I think that's a generated one. But doing it was like that for me. It was like this is perfect. This is so perfect.
Oh yeah.
Every single thing is perfect.
Well, I'm having more and more of those experiences with generating the songs, right? So, like for instance, Take a Walk on the LLM side. That's like all what I was able to get out of Udio, and I was very happy with that. Then I have a version of it where it's Take a Walk on the Smoke and Mirror side, and that one's pretty good. I mean, like it was like even
that was with the gods.
I was even impressed with how like good it was, and like the thing was like that's why it's so long. I just kept on like, oh my god, like can we go further with this?
Yes, and it's so not worth sleeping, hey?
I have a couple of those, like, I don't, like, and that's, like, another thing is, like, they're so fun and weird, and I want to do more with it, but, like, also, too, it's, like, I don't want to, like, really collapse it yet into like a real song. You know, like
Yes.
oh, make it
Yes.
into like a 4-minute song or a 2-minute song. Like I wanted weird psychedelic jazz.
Right.
I don't want a pop song yet.
Yes.
But
I'm not.
I'm very happy. Well, you know, it's like that thing again. Like I get some good ones, and when it happens, it's like magic.
Yeah.
But then there's a lot of where it's like,
Yeah.
and then you
so
you
much.
spend like 2 or 3 days where you're like,
Nothing.
But then like there's one day where you're just like, oh no, this is it.
And it happens. I know. Sorry, I squeaked. But
Yeah.
yes, sometimes it does, and it's magic, and I never want to stop. When the LLM starts and it starts going and it's firing, oh, those. But like you say, like often, sort of 80% of the time, it's lame. It's just a workhorse.
Yeah. It's like, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
I'm wasting my time.
Like generating all the images the last couple of days. Oh man, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm giving up. This is a stupid thing. Why did I ever think I wanted to do this? It's over. And then, like
And then I start sending you images.
You do,
you're like,
and you
oh.
say Gemini, and I'm like, ooh, Gemini, maybe.
Yeah, Gemini's good. You can teach it. It learns pretty good. It's good.
Well,
check it out. Until they ruin it and everybody starts using it.
Yeah, I know. But until they find it, we'll be there.
We'll be there. I'll find some Chinese one.
Ooh, yes. Mine's
There's
gaming.
a couple that I play with. They're not that great. I mean, they're good in other ways, but not like the way we use it.
Right. Well, mine's gaming gave me like a hint the other day, a suggestion to change the character in Dude, Where's My Wallet, the bobbed up character, into a green cat. And I've done a few prompts, using a green cat. It's quite interesting having a green cat against that purpley, psychedelic background.
Yeah.
But now I'm thinking, what if I get one of the cats that you did of me when I was the bobcat looking over your shoulder to see what you were doing?
Yeah.
And try and clone that into Dude, Where's My Wallet to take the role of the bobbed up character. Anyway.
You should do that with Gemini.
Yeah. Whoa.
So
yeah.
What I would suggest, because I've been using it.
Mm-hmm.
So just like with anything, you gotta like prompt it and layer, right?
Right.
So my suggestion, if you want to do something like that, so you have already the like green cat and the background,
yes.
whatever that you like, right? So like do that, or do the background, like the aesthetics that you want the background, right?
Right.
Whatever it is, the psychedelic kind of like prompting and said, hey, this is like a vibe. This is like kind of what I want to do. And then like, okay, I'm trying to go back to like and I'll share it with you if I can. So I start Silicon Valley goblins came from a different thread. But I would like to have the Epstein butterfly and the bee shaman in this image, right? So I had the image and I said I want to put something in there.
Yes.
And then I don't know if the image came out, but then I kind of change it, and then I get the bee shaman coming out.
Wow. Yes.
Of there, which is pretty dope. And then I do, okay, I want these characters now, right? Yes. So then I give an image that I have from ChatGPT. If you're following me, I'm on the Dreamtime drip, right?
Yes.
And I'm like, dope, now attach an image for vibe reasons. In this, I want the shadow of the Epstein butterfly, and I go into more details. Yes. So it goes cool, and then it does it. Do you see how it looks?
Yes. Wow. Good heavens. This one here,
then,
Silicon Valley goblins with the bad vibes everywhere. Oh yeah. Okay.
That's who's in the middle right there. And then I do one with with Epstein butterfly. And there's different versions of these too. You could do different variations. Like even the newer Dreamtime drip, like I did that with Gemini, and like doing this process of teaching it the image that I want, and then kind of smashing them up.
Yes. Yes.
Then you can see what happens when it does there.
Yes. Okay. Now, if I could get Flux to run properly on Comfy UI, you can put in. You get this workflow, and you could put in several different style. So I could maybe. Anyway, I'll start on Gemini because I don't think I'm skillful enough yet for Comfy UI. So maybe I can learn this style mixing first. Wow, it's so good.
So that this will help you to
Oh, thank you. Yes.
Leap in your progress. Because look at if you go down, like I have. This is the Bee Shaman and the Amber Goddess. Can we update this vision with, and I say something, and then it's the image, but it's like. It made it more cyberdelic, and there's like circuitry things that they overlap.
Okay, I'm done.
But like you teach it.
Oh, look.
What are the different characters, and then it starts popping out. So when I get to that Dreamtime Drip, the one that I sent you, that's how I was able to get those images.
Oh. They're
you
brilliant.
See?
Yes.
So to get each little item almost exactly how I wanted it, like I had to go step by step.
Yes.
Amber Goddess, Epstein Butterfly, Bee Shaman, Tesla Polka, and then like bring it all together.
Ooh.
That's how you get something like that.
Okay, I see. Oh man. Oh, and you put the Dream Meme Team Supreme in there.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, that's so clever. Okay.
Oh, are you seeing the bottom one when I'm doing my DMT weird little vision?
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
That's so good. Proclamation. Man, you're so good.
Okay. Well, that's a good place to end.
Satori D, thank you so much. Wow.
Thanks.
That is so.
And we'll see how things progress, but I'm hoping to piggyback on another one and talk more about so this one is roughly first poets.
Yes.
And I want to do something about flower songs and more about like creating music. And I got other I got that seed script Club de Hashishans.
Yes.
And that's about like music. And I think going over what I've been playing with, how I've been thinking about it, how I've been having some success with certain things. Yes. Much similar like what we went through with the images is something similar with the music. And we could get into that stuff.
Yeah.
Record more stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
And do more things. Okay.
Looking forward to it. Excellent. Wow, Satori D. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
See, I may be gone and absent and I dropped the ball. But anytime I go away, and even if it's I really did I did not do anything for a while, right? When I was MIA and I told you I had computer stuff, I wasn't even reading anything. I was I was just watching TV. I was just chilling, making food, chilling with my family, just regular stuff.
Yeah.
Nothing that was the whole kind of funny thing of the joke of the last Dude, Where's My Wallet? Everybody has this speculation that Satori Z is doing something epic and crazy and whatever, redesigning reality, and nope, I'm just making soup.
Just joking. Yes, I love that one. I love that.
I was having problems with my computer overheating, right?
Okay.
And then I was trying to fix it, and then I brought it in, and then it was just this hassle.
Yeah.
And once again, it was not about the money or about it being I bought that computer at Best Buy, right? And we bought the like, you know, insurance to like fix it, the Geek Squad thing. And like with the intention that you like pay this thing so that when like something happens like this, you just give it to them and like you don't have to worry about it, and then they get stuff.
Sure.
But like I gave it to them.
Yeah.
I bought that computer there at that store. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like it wasn't like I bought and modified this computer and did something weird to it.
Sure.
No, it was like from a stock thing, and like, you know, I thought this would be easy for them to fix.
Yeah.
I told them my problem. They said, "Oh yeah, we have fans in stock. We'll get our guy. He'll change it. You'll be good." I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And then like 2 days later, they called and they're like, "Oh, that fan doesn't fit your frame. We have this problem. You're gonna have to order it. Like, but don't trip. We'll tell you how to order it."
Yeah.
He tells me what to do. I do that.
Yeah.
I order it. I go back to him. And then they're like, "No, this doesn't fit."
No.
And I'm just like, so this is not only like I've been there like 3 times, none of which ever fixed the problem. Still have the problem. Have bought several different fans that I ordered online.
No. You see, this is when you know that you need to take a break, right?
Yeah, and so like instead of like stressing about like I need to do videos or I want to be Satori D, I said, you know what? It seems like the universe is conspiring for me not to be on my computer, not being weird on the internet. Instead of fighting this, let me just go with it. And so like I duck out for a couple weeks, and holy shit, does the world go to shit when I'm like,
shit,
making soup, just having a good time, you know, living the life of Riley, and then I go back on the internet and like fucking, we're going to Civil War.
We are, you see now what happens when you go away.
We're making the new fucking meme war a nuclear war, and I'm just like, what is going on? Everybody's losing their mind. Yeah. This is what happens if the authority's not on the internet.
You see that? We need you. We need you. Satori D must be protected at all costs.
Come on. I mean, I like to get credit that I was one of the first ones to try to like, be like, oh, come on, like Elon, like chill out. Before he started to like zing heil and turn all crazy.
Don't know what happened to him, that boy. Do you know what happened to him?
Elon, you need to chill.
Do you know what happened to
Elon? I'm all
Elon?
for doing drugs, but like, I don't know, I think you're doing the wrong, homie.
You know what happened to him, bro? At the beginning of COVID, I don't know if this is that thing.
COVID broke his brain,
No, but at the beginning of COVID, when everything was going weird, his ex-wife came to him with papers and said, "Our son's transitioning to a girl. Sign these papers." And he went ape shit when he realized what has happened. He was like, I've got to do this. This is the world. And then when he met his son, who's not his son anymore, he just thought, what the fuck have I done? And he's in deep father anguish at the moment, and all this shit. That's what I put it down to.
I
his little boy
that.
is.
And I heard about that, and you know, like that's another thing that's like interesting, because once again, but like I want to like parse it to where like the stuff that I'm like talking about and what I'm more interested is not political and not even how he uses mind virus. Like like my understanding of memetics is like I take it seriously, and I think I have a good understanding. I'm not like a master or expert or anything, but I do have a couple masters and experts that like I talk to. Indeed, you do. And so like, you know, I understand a lot and this and that. Yes. And like the way he flippantly uses the woke mind virus, I'm like, homie, you're either like gaslighting people or you lost your shit, because like, I mean, like for someone, and I think this is why like I kind of, and this is also too what is so important. about free speech, right?
Yes.
We, as human beings, should, especially with people that are in power, that have responsibilities, and that can actually really fucking materially change things.
Yes.
Like, they have to be held to a higher standard.
Yes.
They
yes.
have to be able to be criticized, to be poked, and also that there's even opportunity for them to be better for it.
Yes.
In this ideal world.
Yes.
But that's why, like, I feel so, like, if Elon was some podcaster, like, I wouldn't care, like, how he posts.
Indeed.
I mean, he bought the fucking site.
Yeah.
He changed the fucking site. Like, I hated Twitter when it, like, I never got into the whole, like, you know me by now.
Neither.
Like, I don't, like, you know, all the, what was it, the Twitter files and all that kind of stuff. I knew a little bit of that. Like, you know, I got kicked off of Facebook. I got shadow banned. And it wasn't because, like, I was, like, a radical left or a radical right. It's because I was like, hey, Facebook is leaking private messages of these Thai people to the government, and they go to jail.
Jeez.
And they're like, no, you can't say that. So then I became, like, radicalized against, like, the major social media, but not like for political reasons, just like, hey, you guys fucked me and I don't like that, and like, I'm not gonna, like, make it like this thing, which I remember everybody at the time, like, monetized them getting canceled. And I like, no, I'm not gonna do that. Like, I'm punk, I don't give a fuck. Like, it's better that happened. It makes you stronger. And so, you know, fast forward to when he's talking about the woke mind virus, and I mean, shit, this, like, kind of comes to where we are now. Like, I don't want to speak for anybody else, but, like, my own understanding of poetic, of consciousness, of everything that we're talking about, right?
Yes.
And these are deeply mimetic things.
Yes.
That to mistake the menu for the meal, to mistake the map for the territory, to think on both sides of it, to think that, like, your son wants to label themselves a girl, that soul in that being no longer exists to you, or that, like, to even collapse what those kids maybe are touching on, a deeper, more complex soul level that is both feminine and masculine.
Yes.
And then they are collapsing it and then mistaking everything else, because then, like, that, even though they're non-binary, they did collapse themselves into a binary. Then everything else becomes us versus them from that perspective, which they are getting treated badly. They are, but, like, you know what I mean? Like, this is what that position, like, comes to. So, like, the thing is, like, they're, and I believe this more and more as I grow, is, like, I've had these talks with different people, and it's like they're taking the Bible literally, like, if it's like a scientific textbook. I'm like, you should read that poetically. And, like,
indeed.
And I think because, you know, and everything's squishy, right?
Very.
So like, you know, I have family members, and, like, I think Nikki doesn't necessarily, it's non-binary. It's not like, oh, I'm completely a girl, or they transitioned or anything like that. But they're squishy with their sexual identity, or whatever. But, like, I have a relationship, and I have had a relationship with them for their whole lives, and just because now they say they're Nikki, or that they are Nikki,
Yes.
and I call them Nikki, and I
Yes.
refer to them as them or they, and that. Well, I mean, we sit down, ate, hang out. Nothing's different. They're the same fucking person.
You know what? So it's already all of these. Everything you say is true. Both of my sons are not. Don't believe. My youngest son is gay. And my oldest son got married and had children, and then decided he was a woman and has transitioned to being a woman and takes hormones. So both of my boys are caught in the sexual identity thing, right?
Yeah.
And I'm fine. They're my children. I don't care. And then I do care. There's this place where my children want to cut bits of their body off, but I'm like, no, there's something in me as a person that just rebels. It's like, I don't want my child to cut their arm off and say, look, I'm a one-armed person. There's just a level of parenting for my children that I get spiked into a different level of anxiety and grief about this my son has this year, because as a result of the treatment and of the result of having the incorrect balance of estrogens and everything in his system, lost his vision in one eye with a blood clot, and then had to have open heart surgery, and he's now on a permanent pacemaker. He's alive because of machine. He's about 37 or 8, I think. And so I'm fine. I adore them. I don't care what they do. It's not. And yet this level of parental anxiety, I have got nobody to talk to about it, or no way to process it, because if I say anything, I'm not being supportive of them.
Yeah.
I sympathize with Elon because I'm in distress about not knowing how to deal with it in my family, and not having anybody to talk it through with, in a deep, meaningful way.
Well, it kind of goes back to this thing that we're talking about earlier, and that this is ultimately how I see things, as like these pushes and pulls, these energies and vibrations, but not in like this silly new age way, but like I could see the synchronicities and the symmetries of different dynamics in different contexts, right? So there, because I've not that I'm totally like an expert in this subject, but I'm fairly intelligent. I know how to use the internet. I live life, and I try to meet it on its terms and not my terms, and I failed more than I succeeded, but I think that gives me, I'm pretty, sober. I try to be in how I view things, and, couch it always in the maybe, that always more for my sanity than for anybody else's sanity. But I do know that, like, we're talking about, like, if this is your path with heart, then this is what you need to do. But is it really your path with heart, or is it like some kind of trend that you wanna because like this you think it's gonna give you meaning when you don't have meaning, or whatever? I don't know that those people, I don't know those things, but I do know from my best understanding, if it is actually their authentic self, their path with heart, then them transitioning into that new entity, transforming themselves, then they are more them, and then they actually because like the rates of a genuine person with dysphoria, gender dysphoria, like their rates of like depression killing themselves, of
Suicide.
dying because of violence or sexual disease and all this kind of stuff, that they are like the highest rates of this, highest rates,
way highest,
way crazy. So that like, but if it's authentically that they're getting more in tune to their authentic self, and that's their plan with heart, then that alleviates. They feel more alright in their own skin, in their own body.
Oh, absolutely.
And then that, but see, like that is not something easy, right? And even like that what I'm talking about has, in my own understanding and my own perspective, little or nothing to do with if you have an innie or outie. Input or output, plug in or plug out.
Exactly.
Because that's where I have gotten. Like like when I'm not naive. I have explored and experimented and even pushed my mind into other places, and like the memes. We're talking about memes like transhumanism, early body morphine, and all this kind of stuff comes out of the tradition that I'm kind of in. But like they were doing it to become more themselves and not doing it as some brand or what quick fix, self-help, whatever. Because like that's the same thing I think with like medicine, like I early on, like my own little struggles, I had like this where my mind went too wild and seek some help, and then got like some medicine. And it was, I forgot what it was, but like I didn't like it because it felt like literally every time I try to get my mind running, like my body got tired, and then it was like literally chemically stopping me from doing it. And so I like, fuck it, like I'd rather have the issues, the low or the me falling and going into despair, like if that's the trade-off, or like that's what I need to worry about, then I'd rather do it like as naturally as I can, or as doing these other things, instead of doing this thing that's like a quick fix that's not really doing, like instead of having actual balance in my life, like being fully Daniel and like present with my family and having good relationships with them, and both simultaneously working on my artwork and progressing and seeing this growth, and even having reality reflected back to me, like getting opportunities with art series and other different things that I have done. Like those that balance is like a constant like thing. Like there's no quick fix. There's no, like I told you, there's no secret. The only secret is that like you just gotta fucking do it. and like any other, like the real Totec thing with the path with heart is like, it says, I'm gonna paraphrase it, but like some of it's gonna be real. The real Totec dreamer doesn't know how to live until he learns how to die. Death stalks us all. All paths are following. That's why it's so important that we pick the path with heart. And so like almost like this thing, like everything's meaningless and it doesn't matter which way you go, you're gonna end up dying in your own faith or whatever, right? And then like I can like crush you, but then it's like, well, actually I make the meaning of it. I get to decide if it's the path with heart or not, and then I get to I kind of need to, like, I gotta forge that within me. I gotta forge that with my own heart. I gotta forge that with my own hands. Like there's nothing else but that. Ultimately. But I think for me, and so like,
But the other side of that is, I was looking for people to help me. I was looking for people to give me structure and security and solidity, right?
Yeah.
So I was being proactive, but I couldn't do it. I was looking for the people because I couldn't do it by myself. I needed people around me to call me out when I made mistakes or to praise me when I did something right. So there is this thing about you have to do it, but there's also this huge thing that like it actually takes a village, you know?
Yeah.
We've got to have each other's backs.
You know, that's like, so like Team Human.
Yeah.
One of its like main values or useful things about it is being more in line with how when I talk about reality, I'm talking about like nature, you know, biology, chemistry, like, you know, the literal physical stuff, right?
Yeah.
And so we're under this false notion that nature is survival of the fittest.
Mm-hmm.
And at a very low level and very elementary level, that is true in some sense.
Yes.
The actual truth is like the survival of the fittest, the best strategies is working as teams.
Oh, yes.
And
Yes.
working as a colony.
Yes.
Bees working as a hive. Like all of these animals have different strategies where they work as a group, but also too as a system. Even the predators have their function within the whole ecosystem.
Yeah.
And they all have this weird balance of harmony for them to sustain themselves. Like it's not the survival of the fittest. Like the way you survive is harmonizing and equalizing with everybody, with every living thing and the environment. That's like the optimal. Like if you would just let nature to run without human fucking with, that's what nature would like do. Optimize it for like this weird equilibrium. Even though that we in our small little minds can understand it, that's what it's doing.
Yes, absolutely.
And there's as much violent, toxic stuff that there is, right? Like the sun's like fucking, you know, radiating all this like nuclear energy, while we have like, you know, a magnetic field that protects us from it. You know, like for every like really extreme thing, there's another thing that balances it out.
Yep.
That makes it like the space in which we could like do this artwork of creating reality.
Bee Shamans, The First Poets, Volume 1. By Infinite Imaginarium. In the primordial mists of creation, the bee shaman's chant echoes, a hypnotic vibration rippling through the ether. The first poets were more than mere mortals. They were conduits for the gods themselves, their words imbued with the power to shape Maya. As our kin, the bolt from the blue, a thunderous incantation that split the void and birthed existence. From the resounding syllables unfurled the golden sunflower, a radiant mandala narrative of infinite potential. its petals, a hyperbolic sphere of pollen thoughts, hyperbolically swirling outward. Within that eternal stigma lies the unfolding of consciousness, the ceaseless blooming of mind and imagination. Just as the sunflower stretches ever towards the sun, so too do we reach for understanding, our souls thirsting for the nectar of knowledge. Let the pollen of these words drift upon the winds of wonder, taking root in fertile soil to blossom anew. For in the susurrant whispers of the bee shaman, we glimpse the eternal dance of creation, where the lines between gods and poets blur, and reality itself is but a dream woven from verse. To experience the world through the eyes of the bee shaman is to embrace a profound attunement with nature's rhythms and cadences. Their very existence is a harmonious dance with the hives, a symbiotic rapport forged through eons of spiritual communion. In the verdant depths of the ancient forest, the bee shaman treads lightly upon the hallowed ground, their bare feet caressing the loam as they move among the towering trunks and gnarled roots. With each step, they perceive the ebb and flow of life force coursing through the primordial wood, their soul resonating with the thrumming heartbeat of the land. As they weave between the mottled boles, a swarm of golden bees materializes around them, whirling in an ecstatic vortex of purposeful motion. These sacred insects are not mere drones, but emissaries from a realm beyond our ken. Their humming, an intricate language only the shaman can decipher. Lifting their arms in reverence, the bee shaman lets the undulating melodies of the swarm suffuse their being. In this trance state, the boundaries between shaman and swarm dissolve until they become one pulsating consciousness, a living mantra given form. Reality unfurls in fractal blossoms of pure becoming, each fleeting moment heavy with the nectar of infinite potential. The bee shaman's vision
pierces the veil of mundane existence, granting them a glimpse into the ineffable source which births all creation. To walk the path of the bee shaman is to surrender oneself to the great mystery, allowing one's essence to be shaped and reshaped in resonance with the beating wings of the sacred hive mind. Only those who open themselves to this symbiosis can truly behold the sublime geometries that undergird all of existence.